Hey, Caitlin, this is Steven. We spoke a little bit earlier today. In this video, I'm going to be going over three things that, when implemented properly, will actually start ranking you above your competition on these online searches, getting you more traffic, in turn, getting you more jobs. Now, if by the end of this video you do see that I have the technical know how to get this done, you guys can reach back out to me and we can chat, or you guys just go ahead and implement this yourself, and that's fine. So I'll jump right in. The three things I'll be going over are content, your Google business profile, primarily optimization and citations, and then backlinks. Okay, so first it's going to be content. Content is everything on your website, but we're primarily focusing on your homepage here. Google likes to see at least 1,500 words of content on these websites that deal with service based industries such as HVAC. You guys look to have quite a bit of content, so I don't think you're really hurting there. That much content allows you to put in all the buyer intent keywords that people are searching for when they're searching for your services. And like I said, I believe you're doing pretty good there. But I like to bring up the top competition. You're in Richlands and you're doing very good in Richlands organically, right? There is some room for improvement, but I'm going to talk about Jacksonville right now because that is one of your service areas and that gets most of the search volume. So the number one competitor in Jacksonville is this Jacksonville Heating Contractors, or Trent Heating and Air Conditioning. I'm not sure what's going on there, but this website gets most of they're showing up number one for most of these terms. Now I went ahead and threw their website into a tool I like to use called Ahrefs. This tool basically gives me a behind the scenes view of what Google uses to rank websites. So jvilleheating.com is currently being found for 94 keywords, and over the past 30 days, their website was clicked on 420 times. So I went ahead and threw your website, this Kennedy's Heating and Air.net, into the same tool. You're currently being found for 30 keywords, and your site was clicked on 20 times in the past 30 days. So there's a big difference there. So let's go back to our competitor, and we can actually click on this number here, this 94. This brings up all 94 of their keywords that they're currently being found for. So as you can see, we don't need to pay attention to every single one of these, but we want to look at the ones with the locations tied to them. These are buyer intent location based. So HVAC, Jacksonville, NC, anybody searching that is looking for that service in that city, right? So just that term alone got 90 searches in the past 30 days, and their website was clicked on 31 times out of those searches. Jacksonville Heating and Cooling. So you'd want to go down this list to make sure you have all these on your website, right? So let's go and look at what you have. You have that 30, so we'll click on that 30. AC Repair Jacksonville, that's a big one. AC, so you've got, it looks like you've got a lot of the big ones. Probably, it looks like you've got all the main ones here. Now, this one, like right here, HVAC Repair Jacksonville, since it doesn't have NC, you're getting, people. Jacksonville, Florida has a lot more search, so most of that is probably for Jacksonville, Florida. Beaufort. So you just want to take a look at what our competitors being found for. Make sure you have all that on your website. But as far as content, I think you're doing pretty good. I don't think that's the issue, right? But as you can see, like that HVAC Jacksonville NC shows they're in position 2 for that right here, but they're actually in position 1. And so when we take a look at you guys on that keyword, HVAC NC, you are in 12th position, which puts you on the second page, right? And nobody's going to the second page. So I'm going to show you some methods that actually get you on that front page and eventually get you to that number 1 spot. But next, I want to go over the Google business profile and citations and optimization. So when people your service address is in Richlands, so I pulled up Richlands first. So when people are searching these terms like HVAC Richlands NC, right, anywhere between 45 to like 75% of the people searching for these terms aren't scrolling past this section right here. This is the map pack. It's going to look a little bit differently on mine because I've got an extension here that kind of helps me for SEO purposes. So you're not going to see this category finder, but these three are the same three. right? And your business is not in there even for Richlands. Um, but like I said, this makes up 45 to 75% of all clicks, right? And this is the map pack. And this has to do with your Google business profile. So in order to really get ranked in here, um, your first and foremost, your Google business profile needs to be optimized the right way, right? The right categories, the right services, the right description. There's a little bit that goes into it, and we do that, and there's actually videos that will show you how to do that. So that's the foundation. But after that, the next important thing, besides proximity, which you guys have in Richlands, is what we call citations. Now, citation is your business's name, address, and phone number on a directory online. Some examples of these directories. I have this written down, but it's Yelp, Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau. There's quite a few of them, right? And I'm sure you guys have quite a few, but there's actually like we call them the core 50 citations, core 50 directories. You can look that up, and you want to be in those are, and then you want to be in some industry specifics as well, right? And then these days, um, with AI, there's what we call data. There's three main data aggregators, and it's Data Axle, um, Localese, and the last one escapes me, but you can Google that as well. And you'd want to get in those three data aggregators and get verified. And once you're verified in those data aggregators, it actually pushes all your information downstream to hundreds of other apps, directories, and even GPS systems. And this is very important for AI and even Google, because this creates what we call data consistency across all these platforms. And that's a huge trust signal to Google and AI platforms like ChatGPT. When they see that, they will refer you, right? But you are not in the top three. So I would definitely, and it's not, a lot of people think the number one factor here are reviews, and that's not the case, because they've only got one review and they're number one up here, right? Small town has a lot more than them. So it's not, it's the citations and proper optimization, and also being in those data aggregators, right? But it's now underneath the map pack is, we call this the Google's organic search results list. You are number one there, and that's really good. You get about 40, right around 40% of all clicks, anywhere between 30 and 50, but we'll say right around 40. Uh, 40% of people that are searching these terms are going to click on this number one spot here. And then the main driver here are what we call backlinks. And in Jacksonville, you're not, like I said, you're not on the front page. So we could actually point this to your Jacksonville page and get this ranked up and get you number one here as well. And like I said, it's backlinks. So basically, a backlink, it's essentially you have other websites on the internet that have a link on their website that when it's clicked, it leads back to your website. Now, Google uses backlinks as like an online referraling system. And the more relevant that these websites are to your industry, to what you guys do, the better. So, for example, say there's a local blog page or a popular industry related site that's linking back to you. That's what's actually going to help you push you up in these rankings. However, if you have like a pizza, like Pizza Hut or something linking back to you, even though they're popular, it's not going to do you guys any good because you guys don't sell pizza. So let's go back to our competitor here in Jacksonville, and I'm going to go over this section here called the backlink profile. Now, just to be clear at this point, it's through your content, primarily your keywords, that Google is able to find you for what people are searching for these services that you offer. Now, once they find you, they've got to determine where to place you, right? And that has to do with backlinks. The quality of your backlinks determines whether Google's going to put you on page 1 or page 10, okay? So our competitor for Jacksonville has 357 backlinks coming from a total of 133 other websites. They call them referring domains here. When we look at your backlink profile, you have 44 backlinks coming from a total of 35 websites. So it's not so much the number of the backlinks as it is the quality and the relevance of the websites that are providing those backlinks. So let's go back to our competitor here, and we can actually click on this 133 because we want to look at the websites they're getting backlinks from. And this brings up all 133 websites they're currently getting backlinks from. I would suggest or recommend that you go through a list like this, and there's 3 pages here, and acquire backlinks from all these websites. If you were to do this and it looks like your content is already proper, if you were to do this, you would eventually in the Jacksonville area uh, put yourself in contention for the #1 spot there as well. Now, if you were to do that with the top three, what I just showed you, like the top three websites, and you're showing here, you're not really #2 here in Jacksonville. It's because I've been clicking around. Like I said, you're on the second page. But the top three, like when you do the search, if you pick the top three websites there, if you were to do that, you would actually, it would take some time, but you would end up taking over that #1 spot there. Now, and in getting all that traffic, and you saw the disparity in traffic that they're getting there in Jacksonville, right? 420 clicks in the last 30 days compared to the 20 clicks that you got in the past 30 days through Google. So just to recap, first thing is going to be content, which you guys look like you're doing good there, so I'm not going to harp on that. But I would definitely work on your Google business profile, get your profile optimized, and also get those citations and get into those three major data aggregators. And then I would also get backlinks. You need more relevant backlinks, um, linking back to your site to show Google that you guys are the authority when it comes to HVAC companies in and around the Jacksonville area. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, you can take this information and implement it yourself, and that's fine. Or if you want to set up a discovery call with me, you can simply reply back to this email, or you can give me a call at 910-551-2006. But other than that, Caitlin, I really appreciate you, you know, giving me the opportunity to show you guys this video, and I hope you found it valuable. And if I don't hear from you, I hope you can take some of this information and implement it yourself. But either way, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye bye.